Hello guys, and welcome back to CineClub. Today we're here to talk about It, and more specifically about Pennywise and how that role has been portrayed by Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård. There's no denying, Tim Curry's performance was the nightmare of many kids, myself included. In fact, it was so good that when they were talking about making a remake for It, I didn't know if they were going to find anybody as good as Tim Curry. But now the remake has been made, a lot of great reviews have come out, and we must answer the question, who is a better Pennywise, Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård? Let's start off with the design of both these characters since they are pretty different. They had a lot of plans to use prosthetics when it came to Tim Curry's Pennywise, but he disagreed because he had had a lot of roles where he was using prosthetics and he thought he could bring the character to life on his own. And let's face it, he succeeded. With those eyes and that mouth and his crazy kind of sardonic sense of humor, it turned out that less was more for this character. The one thing I never really liked about this character was the white complexion. It turns out Curry had to wear a lot of prosthetic makeup cream to make him appear almost like a living cartoon. And in that aspect, it was good because he does look like a very creepy cartoon, but it also felt like it was just Tim Curry wearing a lot of makeup. Skarsgård's costume design was a lot more interesting, there was a lot more attention to detail, and he looks phenomenal and super scary all at the same time. His costume design was a lot more old-fashioned. It had like a Victorian collar and puffy shirts and pants, and he looked like he was preserved as a clown from the 1800s, except the clothes looked more faded and dusty. Even his tufts of hair looked like they were faded from a vibrant red to a muted orange. You can see in his big forehead that his makeup is all cracked up and cakey at places. And I love the detail of the added red paint around his mouth that curls up all the way to his eyebrows, which make it look like a smile that is more evil or like he's wearing a type of Dali mustache. There's definitely more attention to detail for Skarsgård's character in the design, and everything points out to how insane he can be. Yeah, this is a clown that may seem infantile and silly, but you should not get near him. Oh, Georgie. Let's talk about the fear factor. Because Tim Curry's Pennywise looks so made up and clean, like a clown you would see at a birthday party, hopefully not, it gives more of a juxtaposition with the town's plain and quiet appearance. He shows up wherever, in front of people, in a graveyard, in the boys' shower at the gym. He looks like a real person, and therefore the moment when he goes after any of these kids, the danger feels more real. The imagery is unsettling in its simplicity, the type of image that will stick with you for years and still give you the creeps, the way Pennywise does in the books for these characters. And even though their memories fade and they don't really recall what happened, what they remember when it all comes back is the fear, which is the essence of It. Now, Skarsgård had many things going for him that Tim Curry didn't have at the time and had no control of. For one, a huge budget, better technology, and special effects. This is not something either actor could have helped, but nonetheless, it does affect the overall presentation of Pennywise, so here we go. The use of CGI for Skarsgård was done tastefully in my opinion, and only at times when it required audiences and the loser club to know this wasn't a human, but a demon, an entity. The way he bears his rows and rows of teeth, the way he shapeshifts to whatever you are afraid of just enhance the fact that it is definitely not a person. But the moment you add CGI to this character is the moment when you add the element of fantasy and sort of a glamour to it. And the moment you add that fantasy to it is the moment your adult mind starts to say in a very quiet voice, this isn't fully real. Now, let's talk overall performance. It is hard to compare both of these actors in this role because they did take different approaches, but there are some elements worth comparing. For example, the voice. Curry pretty much portrays the role of a clown as you know it. Its silliness and appeal, all in a gruff New York accent.
Oh, come on, bucko.
He sounds like an aging, smoking clown who only gets booked for some birthday gigs. And that's scary enough for any 10-year-old kid. His voice plays a big part in why you're scared of him and how he switches from like very friendly to very gruff and menacing. Skarsgård and the filmmakers knew that they couldn't really touch Tim Curry's performance, and they knew they had to reimagine what Pennywise was, from the way it sounded and the way it looked. But they had to maintain a sense of madness and unpredictability. I really like Skarsgård's approach for Pennywise's voice. I love his goofy guffaw and the style that he chose. It reminded me a lot of Amadeus. But suddenly the voice can turn very deep and menacing. But when he's talking to Georgie, he seems sweet and funny, and the only thing that gives him away are those maniacal glowing eyes. In terms of body language, Curry doesn't have a lot of close proximity moment with the kids. He torments them in different ways, while Skarsgård's Pennywise has a lot more closer encounter with each kid individually. Skarsgård's age and body added a different aspect to Pennywise. He runs after the kids a lot, and combined with his puffy outfit, his build appears massive next to the kids. I can buy that he can easily overpower them or charge at them the way he does. Even closer to the end, when all the kids face Pennywise, he is agile and quick, and it makes him harder to beat. An incredibly important trait of Pennywise is that he seems friendly until he isn't. Tim Curry excels in this. He taunts and makes fun of the kids the same way the bullies make fun of them. He makes fun of Bill's stutter, calls Ben fat boy, and ridicules Eddie for being sickly. He targets them and exposes their weaknesses. Skarsgård maintains that element of unpredictability and keeps an element of surprise, but in a different way. You are aware every time Pennywise is gonna come around, and they build the tension until it pops, and even though you see it coming, it still scares you. Related to that fear and tension, I enjoy the way Skarsgård interacts with the children a lot more. While Curry's character seemed more bipolar and switched from nice to diabolical in the flip of a switch, Skarsgård's Pennywise seems to thoroughly enjoy hunting these kids from beginning to end. He makes fun of their faces and the whimpering sounds they make as he grabs them, all the while maintaining an aloof, dancing, childish demeanor, and then he bares his teeth. Seriously guys, it was a lot of teeth. He had a lot of fun with this role, and you can easily tell when you watch this movie. So guys, you tell me, who did it better, Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård? Can you even compare them? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you want to continue the conversation, you can just look for me at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter if you look for Cineclub channel. I look forward to all of your comments, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up or share it with any of your friends who are about to go see this movie. Don't forget to subscribe if you like videos like this, and I will see you on our next movie date. Bye!
What a nice boat. Do you want it back?